These are the tools that I use to make tissue foil. This is mixed up. The mixed up solution that I'm going to use. I use a resealable bowl and a 4-inch foam brush. I also use weights that are from a quilting thing, which you can use stones or little rocks. I use a wallpaper tool, which you could use a roll of from gift wrap. I also use a sheet of paper towels. The way I make my mixture is that I take 2 teaspoons of nothing cellulose and mix it with 1½ cups of warm water. I stir it for a minute and let it set for at least a half an hour. I bought mine at a wallpaper store, and this was the package that I cut up to use, so I'd have it. Mark gave me this at convention, and you may be able to find this in your art store. After I have mixed up my methcellulose mixture and let it set for a half an hour, I add a 4-ounce bottle of school glue, to which then I rinse it out using 2 bottles of warm water, shaking it to get all the extra glue out. And then I stir that and I'm ready to go. Then I have my mixture ready. I realized I didn't tell you what kind of foil I used. I bought 18-inch regular foil at Sam's, and that way I get the thin foil and it's 18 inches wide. I cut my foil so that it's about 2 inches wider than my tissue paper. I try not to touch the foil with my hands because it can leave oil spots and you might repel the glue. After you have the tissue on, you can smooth it if you want to. It should be fine. I put my little weights off center and my little wallpaper tool. I fold my paper back. And then I apply the glue mixture that I explained previously. You'll get the knack for how much to put on after you've played with this a little bit. Go over the edges. Cleanup is easy. It accumulates really slowly. You want to work the foil as little as possible, because the more you play with this, the more chance you have of just ripping the tissue right off the foil. Because I'm incredibly right-handed, I lift the whole thing up and rotate it around. And when I put the weights down now, I will try to avoid the wet area. I pull this back about a ½ inch to an inch from where it was and do the same thing over again. Try not to touch the wet foil anywhere. If you can see my left hand, it's touching down here on the foil. Good. Oopsie, I tore it off. See, then set it off to the side, and when it's dry, you can flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. And this is how I make tissue foil.